everyone, welcome back to another Microphone Club video. Today we are doing a rapper tier list. So for today's episode, we're gonna do 10 rappers we have listed here. You can see them at the bottom left of the screen. Trying to do a little bit something different today, and this is gonna be a tier list. We're gonna keep going throughout as we do the content. And you know, we're just gonna keep adding to it. Today we have 10 rappers. We'll see how long this video goes. Maybe we'll add more if it's not long enough, but whatever, it should be fine. Anyway, back here with Mal. You know, should be good. We're recording our third video today. And if you guys are enjoying the content, make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel, hit like, and do all that fun stuff. So right now we have our tiers from greatest to least greatest. Is gonna be GOAT, Elite, Good, Mid, Bad, and Trash. For those that listen to our album reviews, it is very similar. Aside from instead of Flawless, we replace it with GOAT. But Mal, looking forward to this, man. You think we're gonna have any arguments here?
Okay, we'll see. I think we might have a couple little disagreements.
I don't know if anybody else watches here. Me and Mal never disagree on anything. We're kind of just I think it's just a cause of personality. Like we're just not that argumentative or standoffish. So it's whatever.
It'd be different if we were Wad. If he was here, we'd argue for fucking 5 years, bro. Anyway.
All right. So to keep it topical, the first artist we have today is going to be Playboi Carti. On the add to the tier list. So Malachi, where would you rank Playboi Carti? You know, just dropped music. Whole Lot of Red, Died Lit. Obviously self-titled, and then a decent amount of features in his discography. Maybe a little bit of a polarizing rapper given his non-traditionalness in the rap scene, in the aesthetic, and then also Whole Lot of Red was a polarizing album. So given the tiers we have, Mal, where would you put him and explain why you would put him there?
I would put him in Good.
Okay.
I'll put him in Good. I think definitely an artist that so you mentioned polarizing. I think his music. I think overall, he's cause this last album he dropped, I Music was pretty good. Whole Lot of Red is very polarizing. I personally don't love Whole Lot of Red, but the mass consensus that it's one of the best albums of the past quarter decade.
I don't know if it's best. It's
half decade.
More so influential than best, in my opinion.
Yeah. But sure. I would say, but I think overall, his music for me doesn't resonate. But I could see, I could see why people like his music, I see why people love his music, right? I could see why he has such a insane fan base, genuinely insane fan base. So I think Good. I think Good's a good spot to put him. He's a good artist.
And you know what? I don't really have any disagreements with you. I think the Elite tier is just not where he's at yet. Could I see him getting there? I could.
Potentially.
Again, you do have a lot of people love the Cash Carti self-titled era. Die Lit is a very well-received album for a lot of people. I personally really like Die Lit. I don't know how. Do you fuck with Die Lit, Mal?
It was cool. I don't love it, but it was cool. It was good.
It's solid. Whole Lot of Red again. Yeah. More of an album that grew on people. Grew on me. Again, super polarizing, but it's more known for its influence. A lot of rappers or nowadays took a lot from that Whole Lot of Red album, the very I guess rock, not rock, but techno rock synth inspired trap essentially is what you want to call it. So a lot of rappers are doing that now, or even the super guitar super instrument heavy grungy type of production. And I think that's why people may not think it's the best album of all time, but in terms of the 2020s decade, probably the most influential in terms of the people we have that are coming up in the trap specific genre. And I think if you look at the albums themselves, they're all good albums. Nothing maybe in the super elite tier or gold category for sure, but all good. He's a good artist in his lane. I think he's not a super crazy rapper, but I think Good is fine for him. We'll put him in the Good tier.
Okay. All right, good.
All right, next up is Logic. So Mal, someone me and you are very, very familiar with, probably an equal amount, which is not always true for the artists we talk about. But we're one of the most polarizing discographies because some of the best albums in hip hop, and very easily some of the worst albums in hip hop, and then some mid okay albums along the way. A huge discography. I'm not gonna try and list all his albums just insane. He was like, there was points where he was dropping 2-3 projects a year. Never really took any breaks, retired, but then drops an album basically the next year. So, we're very familiar with him now. Where are you putting him though? I think it's a very interesting take.
Is this so? You know what? This pains me, but I might put him in mid. I put him mid.
How many rappers with classic albums go in mid?
But the only thing, like, it's just I don't know. I don't bump him as much as I used to. I bump him like he for sure has at least 2 classic albums, like at least the Corruption Story, Under Pressure, at least, like without question. But he has some things there that genuinely like are trash. Yep. Genuinely are just trash. He's I don't think I don't know if I could put him higher than solid, but like I would say I'll say mid. Or where would you rank him?
Oh my god, did I forget to add solid to this? I might have. What, GOAT, Elite? I didn't add solid to this. Hold on, let's pause and I'll add it. Alright, we're back. Sorry, I just had to add solid to this. And you know what? Now that we do have solid here, I kind of want to move Cardi to solid.
You want to move Cardi to solid?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I think
now that I see it here, like, I feel like Cardi is a very solid trap artist. You know what I mean? Like, he's better than good, in my opinion. If we look at it like this.
But solid is below good.
Sorry. Okay, wait. Oh my god, I'm sped, bro. Jesus Christ.
So good, solid.
No, we're good. I fixed it. He's good and good. He's fine and good.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
He's fine and good.
You wanted him lower. That's why I was confused. Like, what?
First time we're doing a tier list. That's my bad. I just made this, so solid is fine. Now, you said mid for Logic. That's still in the recording, of course. I think Logic is solid. I think that is exactly where I would put him. He's a solid artist. He has some bad albums, some good ones. I think the good outweighs the bad because he does have some classics. Yes. Some absolutely dumpster garbage poo-poo albums. I agree with you. With Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. Bobby Tarantino 3 is so bad. It's one of the worst albums I've heard in addition to Confessions
of a Dangerous Mind. Don't get me started with that project.
And then you have some mid albums like YS4. A lot of people don't love Everybody.
I think YS4 gets a lot of flack. It has some of his best songs though.
Yeah, but it's pretty mid.
It is overall, but like damn, like I come back, I'm like damn, you know what? There's some really good songs in this.
Well, you have his Legacy and Street Dreams too. Like those are even the title track was good.
I think solid is fair for Logic. I think solid is fair.
So once you're under Cardi, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, we have Boldy James. A Griselda member. A lot of work put out there. Obviously, like you can't listen to it all, but we're doing this based on what we have heard. A lot of that's going to be features on Griselda albums. But for me, Boldy James, I think he's a very solid rapper. Whenever I hear him, like he delivers a good verse. There's nothing really that bad about him, and I know all his albums, like especially in the underground scene, they're very highly touted, highly respected. He's a highly respected artist. Like obviously he's in the Griselda scene, has had a lot of good features across those projects, and I think he's also solid. I think he's in a perfect tier with Logic below Cardi. I don't know about you.
I would put him in good but solid. I think in the upper echelon solid maybe, for sure. I think upper echelon, but solid, good. Either one of those, somewhere in between.
What do you really feel like though? What do you really feel like though?
I think I would say good. I would say good, but solid is not a bad placement either. I think solid is upper echelon. Yeah, solid.
See,
yeah.
I don't really mind putting him in good either. Like I could see him. Like, do you think he's better than Logic?
Yes.
Yes, like 100%.
Yes.
Do you think he's on the same tier as Logic though? Like he may be better, but he's on like the same kind of level.
Ooh.
Because remember, when we look at Logic, you got to think of like his rapping ability, but also
they might be on this. Yeah, artistry, everything. Yeah, I get what you mean. Like if they're on the same tier, like Boldy James' discography has a very, very diluted discography. Like he has so many albums, but they're all like I haven't listened to his whole discography. It's fucking impossible to do that. But everything is like he's very Griselda in general, very, 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 very.
Boldy James is like I was gonna say like holy crap, it's the definition of consistency.
I think you could put him in the same tier. That's fine. But he's like if we were to put it like he's like in the upper.
No, like Boldy's probably ranked higher than Logic, but I have them in the same kind of area.
Yeah, that's what I like having the tier list. It works. This works better.
All right, so Boldy James is gonna be in solid. Next we have Freddie Gibbs. So so this Freddie Gibbs.
I don't think he's lower than good. He can't be lower than good.
No, he can't. He really
Personally.
can't be. He really can't be. But no, you know what? Mal, I spoke about Boldy. Give us your thoughts on Gibbs.
I think Gibbs, like he has like Pinata is one of my favorite albums ever. His last album, his last project was really good as well. Bandana was he's got to go in good at least.
I think you could give Gibbs elite, bro.
You give him elite?
I could give.
I don't.
Bro, think about it though. Think about it though. Bandana, Pinata, Alfredo. Those are three fucking.
Oh, I forgot about Alfredo. Oh my god.
Yeah, Alfredo.
How did I forget?
And in terms of like technical rapping ability,
it's features. We didn't mention like features.
It's hard.
I want to put him in like
I'm gonna say
on a good.
I'm gonna say this to you. It's very hard for me to compare Freddie Gibbs to Playboi Carti, because like completely different things. But do I think Freddie Gibbs, all-encompassing artist, is Freddie Gibbs a better artist than Playboi Carti is?
No,
we know he's a better rapper. We know that for sure.
I don't think artist. No, I don't think so.
Right, but I think it's in the same tier in terms of artist.
The only thing Freddie Gibbs better at is like conceptual like aspects of his music, like the shows are core themes that he things that he talks about in his music. I think that's one thing he does really well over Carti. But in terms of like album curation, everything else, I think Carti's more of like a bit of an engineer than Freddie is, like in terms of that sense. So, I put Freddie in good. You
know what? I don't mind putting him in good now that we've discussed it though.
Yeah, good.
Because to me, if I look at like rappers in their subgenre of hip hop, like Carti and trap, Gibbs and like I don't know what you would call it, like industrial. Coke rap.
I guess you call it.
Coke rap. I feel like Carti and trap is like Freddie and Coke rap. Like,
yeah.
They're not like the GOAT or the pioneers, but they're so good at it. Like to me, like to me, if you look at this is an example, like Westside Gunn in his genre is like Travis Scott in his genre. Like they're both elites, but they're not GOATs. You feel me? You feel me on
that? I think in Westside, I don't know if I'll push Travis Scott elite. Okay, in his genre, but in general, probably not. But I think Freddie's good. I like Freddie
in good.
Yeah, pretty good.
Shit, based on what you said, that Travis Scott debate might be crazy in the next episode.
That might.
Anyway, let's move on to MF Doom. I think.
Oh my god.
Elite tier is pretty easily.
Elite, yeah. I mean,
we don't even need to discuss it. You could
argue.
We
don't discuss it much.
You could argue GOAT, but I think GOAT is reserved for like.
GOAT's reserved for like, but you could put him in GOAT. He's the GOAT of the underground. I think you could put them in.
I actually don't mind putting him in GOAT.
You could put him in GOAT.
Like he's the GOAT of his lane for sure.
Yeah. That you don't even gotta talk about that one. Take it,
you know what? Let's do the honors. Let's put MF Doom in GOAT.
All right, our first GOAT.
Classic underground albums. Arguably made underground mainstream. If you want to look at it like that.
Yeah.
Insane influence on just like everyone. You know, production, rapping, just like the witty bars and stuff he always like tosses out there. Just kind of rapping about random shit and always making it interesting. Rest in peace, Doom. One of the GOATs, which is why he's in the GOAT category.
Rip Doom, yeah, GOAT. Absolutely.
Next we have Denzel Curry.
Ooh, I like this one. This one's interesting.
I know where I have him, but I'll put him in the good category. I think he has a lot of solid albums. What was it? Taboo was his best.
Taboo,
what did you say?
Taboo was what'd you ask? Sorry, would
you say that's his best project?
Oh, that's a good question, actually. I conceptually 100% his best project, but like in terms of his music, I think Mama I See a Future was like up there.
Yeah, people
Imperial is fan fucking tat. It's just too short comparatively. Like you wanted more out of that, but like
even that
Imperial's
mixtape
fantastic.
that came out last year was pretty solid too.
Oh my god, yeah. It was on my it was one of my album of the year actually. It was I forgot.
He's the
What
Mischievous
was it called
South
again?
Volume 2.
Yeah. King of
Yeah.
the Mischievous South. Yeah, that was a great
I think
project.
Denzel to me has a really solid. Okay, not
He's
I'm using solid, but like I mean like he has a
but
really
good.
consistent good catalog. Like to me like and honestly I could see him on the same tier as a Gibbs or a Cardi, in my opinion.
I would put Denzel in good. I'll put him in good.
Yeah, we agree on that.
I'll put him in good.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's good. There's
I think
potential. You
yeah
could
no
put
I
it.
agree I agree
There's
with you.
potential he could be an elite one day. Potential, like if he continues to like put out great albums, like. But yeah, I think there's potential. But good. I think good's a fair assessment.
Next we have Lil Baby. If we did this ranking in like 2021, you could probably see him in the good category. I can't lie to you. The run Lil Baby was on from like
Was insane.
2017 to 2021 was absolutely wild. He had an insane one of the most streamed albums in like hip hop with My Turn. Like that album has an insane numbers if you dive into it. On a good feature run, his run with Gunna was wild, insanely good. He was that guy in 2017 to 2021. He was really that guy. And people love Lil Baby, but unfortunately anything post that era has been mid. And I think unfortunately that is where he's going to be for me. He's not a bad rapper. I don't think he's bad. I don't think he's trash. If you want to talk about mid, I think Lil Baby, unfortunately, because I fuck with Lil Baby. There was a couple songs from his last album that were good. Fortunately, it's gonna be mid for me.
I think mid's a fair assessment for me as well. I think mid. He's just like I said. He had a lot of promise, but I don't think he's done anything memorable recently. And that's kind of like recency bias is unfortunately a big part of this. So yeah, I think mid's a fair assessment for Lil Baby.
Yep, nothing to disagree about. Nothing to disagree about there. Okay, next up is going to be Mac Miller. Again, one of the I think best like I don't know how to describe it. Just like not even artists, like creative. Just like one of the best creatives we had in the genre.
Absolutely.
Some of the best posthumous releases we've ever gotten. Like shout out to his estate for being so respectful of his art. Just like really dabbled in a lot of genres. I would put him in the elite tier. I feel like.
Put him in elite. I would put him. I would absolutely put him in elite.
I don't really
I could settle for good. I could feel it's good, but like elite, I put him in elite, bro.
I don't mind putting him elite. I think in terms of
insane range of discography, like it's unbelievable. One of my favorite artists ever.
Like one of the better discographies in hip hop. If you really like want to go album for album, I think he's a better artist in totality than Zell, Cardi, and Gibbs. So I would put him above that. Rapping ability, Gibbs and Zell might be better.
It falls a bit, but like everything else is just fantastic.
Yeah, so I don't mind.
He's rapping, but
yeah, but like obviously Freddie Gibbs is like if we did pure technical ability, Freddie Gibbs is elite. So yeah. But we gotta take it in totality here. And Mac Miller, don't mind putting him in elite. Don't mind that at all. Okay, now we have a really interesting one. We have the recency debate. Next is Drake.
Wait, what was that?
Next is Drake.
Oh, Drake. I mean,
this is where it gets interesting now. You cannot put him below. Dude, I cannot put Drake below elite. I just can't do it. But
this is hard. This is hard. I kind of want to put Drake in good.
Y'all are gonna say this is glazing. If we take Drake in totality and everything, there is a GOAT conversation. There's a conversation to be had. Is he a GOAT? I don't know. I would put Drake. You look at Drake in totality. We talked about recency bias. Yes, the albums haven't been that great. The last two albums for sure. Me and Mal are CLB truthers. Y'all know that. I thought Her Loss was good. For All the Dogs could have been good, but then you got Scary Hours For All the Dogs edition, or For All the Dogs Scary Hours edition. That was fucking sick. I know he lost the beef, but the songs he made, they were fucking tough in my opinion. Push Ups and Family Matters, two really good tracks. His last album with Party Next Door, it was okay. Nothing too crazy. But if you want to look at Drake in totality, talk about rapping, like beat selection, you look at prime albums like The Take Cares, If You're Reading This Is Too Late, More Life, nothing was the same. I cannot put Drake in anything below elite. I'll be honest with you.
All right.
Drake has to go in elite for me.
Is Drake trash? No. Is he bad? No. Mid? I would not say mid. You can make an argument for solid. You can make a very good argument for good. I don't know about elite. Like okay.
He's better than Freddie Gibbs, Cardi, and Denzel Curry, man.
I don't like as an artist, because okay, we're looking at like this is very much artist based, because if it was just technical rapping, that's a little different. We're looking at everything.
I'm taking everything in totality. I think Drake's better than Gibbs, Cardi, and
Drake is a great artist. I don't know if he's a better artist. I genuinely don't know if he's a better artist than Denzel Curry. Like artist.
Okay, you have Denzel over Cardi and Gibbs, right?
Yeah, overall, yeah.
Okay.
I don't think Drake. Like.
If this was my list, now I'm putting Drake in GOAT. I'm being honest with you. I think Drake is crazy. Sometimes I feel like Drake gets underrated by the masses.
Drake. I think a part of it, he gets underrated because of how much hate he gets by the masses. I love Drake's music. I do. And I think that the rap beef has fucking destroyed niggas' perspective on Drake. His
PR is cooked. His PR is cooked.
As an artist, and I've listed a lot of Drake's music. As an artist, I think there's a lot of artists, like even like more underground artists, I think are better artists than Drake. I think Denzel, like I'm looking at Denzel Curry's projects, right, from an artistic perspective, from like I think there's in my opinion, he's a better artist, like just artist than Drake.
I think though, if you wanna look at classic albums, Mal, look at classics. I
think Freddie Gibbs has probably the best. Like I think he has a better. Like okay, classic albums is one thing, but in terms of like the best album between all the artists we've touched, I think that goes to Freddie Gibbs.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to say like if you look at like the pure like okay, we are trying. I'm trying to be like as like what's the word, objective as I can, but I do want to say, Mal, you can argue with me on this. I think like it's not, we're not doing a popularity tier list, but I think it matters. I do think it matters.
Stream matter in the sense that like okay, like if niggas are streaming this artist, but then again like
no, it goes both ways. It goes both ways.
Where would we put Eminem?
For me, Eminem would. Okay, it's
where would you put Eminem?
I would put Eminem as a rapper, as an artist. For me, he's gonna be in the elite category because look, to me, he's almost like on a similar trajectory as Drake. I think Drake's better than Eminem, but like you look at the recent stuff from Eminem and Drake, it's not that good. You go to the prime and you look at the classics, you look at the discography, early Eminem, Marshall Mathers LP, Slim Shady LP. I know you're not as familiar with them now, but if you talk to the masses, even like hip hop heads who think Eminem fucking sucks now, they're gonna put Eminem in the elite category because they know how he was in his prime with the classics.
Which is true.
And if you look at Drake, you want to really look at Drake, man. You talk about What a Time to Be Alive. You talk about If You're Reading This Is Too Late. Does he have the benefit of being in the game longer and dropping more albums? Yes. That just is what it's gonna be. And has the quality dropped off in albums like Sexy Songs for You, whatever that's gonna be. Honestly, Never Mind, or even For All the Dogs. Yes, but looking at his discography in totality, you have a crazy run all the way from Thank Me Later, basically up until CLB, and we love CLB.
That's one of my favorite Drake albums. I'm gonna be honest, 100%.
So
I don't know if he's
and even if you look at
classics, I think good, solid. I would honestly put him in.
You cannot put Drake in solid. You can't put Drake in good. I'm not putting Drake in good. He has to be elite for me. I'm sorry.
Elite?
I can't put Drake. I
don't know if he's elite.
I can't put Drake. Dude, I cannot put Drake in anything below elite. He's elite. I don't know if
he's elite though.
He's elite.
I don't know if Drake. Like, is he like okay?
Drake is not on the same like Drake is not on. I think Drake. If you list like okay, I was gonna say something stupid. Like if you ask anybody, of course they're gonna say Drake's better than Zell or Gibbs. Like that's a popularity thing, right? They probably don't listen to them. But I think if you look at like even like this is gonna sound stupid. Like even culturally, bro. Like Drake. Like now the PR is bad. But bro, motherfuckers were outside for Drake, bro. Motherfuckers were outside for Drake. You gotta think about that, like the influence on the masses too, bro. Like that's important.
That's true. Okay, so but that's the thing with these. I agree with that, but like, how is these rank? Are we putting that like into the? Because I know I did that for Cardi, right? Like I said, I don't listen to music, but I put him good because of how much like people like how much of his fan base like loves music, and like and I see the potential in like getting there at some point. So like, but it's just like I personally we can put Drake Lee, but I'm saying he's no higher than good.
You think Drake?
Like elite?
Dude, Drake's an elite artist, man. Come on.
He's a.
Where,
I don't know if he's an elite artist.
Okay, quickly, if you can just quit without us arguing. Where are Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole on this list?
J. Cole is solid.
Yeah, you think
no,
J.
I lied.
Cole's
J. Cole's
all the
good.
way
J.
down
Cole's,
to solid?
J. Cole's good. J. Cole's good.
Ken,
J. Cole's,
is
I lied. J. Cole's good.
Kendrick is in GOAT?
Kendrick's not a goat. Not for me. Like glad you just are. Like Kendrick would be. Oh man, that's actually a hard one. Nah, that's actually good. J. Cole's for sure good. Probably lower echelon good. Like I don't think he's like. I don't think is the artist any good that he's been. Maybe he's. I think I like J. Cole more than Cardi. But like other than that, I don't think he's better than Denzel, Freddie, or Drake. But where's Kendrick? Because realistically,
Dude, okay, first of all, Kendrick's easily elite. Like we know that.
I guess, but yeah,
what
Kendrick's
do you
elite.
mean you not put Kendrick in elite after, bro? You're gonna make me glaze Kendrick, bro. You know how crazy that is. Anyway, Kendrick's not on this episode, dude. Drake has to be an elite, bro. I'm sorry. I think he's better than Cardi.
We could put him in elite. I'm just letting you know.
Ben, I'll owe you one. I'll owe you one.
Yeah. There. Fair enough.
Okay.
Like we could put him in elite. I'm just saying. I just don't think elite. Like good. Like.
Dude, Drake's an elite artist, and he's an elite rapper, bro.
I don't think so. I
really think he is.
I'm looking at his discography. He has some incredible moments in discography, and he's very consistent.
Has like 3 classic
he's very
albums.
consistent, but like, I just don't think that he's elite. Like elite.
Bro, an artist with like 3 or 4 classic albums is not an elite artist. Is that not crazy to you? Consensus by the masses classic albums, brother. Like, how can you not say that's elite?
Because I don't. Okay, I'm really trying to think about it because it's like,
bro,
okay,
even like let's look at Drake's rapping in a vacuum, brother. Like Drake's rapping to me is like unbelievable. He's sick rapper.
It's good.
He's a sick rapper.
He's a very good. I do think we're talking about underrated. I think as a rapper, he's very underrated. As a rapper, very underrated. As an artist, he's a very good, but like I just don't see him in elite, bro. But
I think if you look at Drake's like storytelling, even this early projects, like the way he put the worlds together for albums like Views, even like Nothing Was the Same, More Life, and Take Care, like putting those concepts together, I felt like is a really underrated part. Like he's not a Travis Scott level world builder. Like I'm not gonna say that. A lot of like there's only a few like artists that can do it that well, like the Weeknds or the Tylers or the Kanyes. But I feel like if you like play the albums front to back, what he's talking about, I feel like Drake's not gonna rap about like racism and discrimination and stuff, but he's very introspective about himself, and I think he's very good about rapping that and telling a story through that lens. Whereas like some artists are very good at like historical storytelling, maybe outside of their perspective. And I think one reason Drake gets hate for his rapping is because like he's not telling you stories through like the lens of like political issues or discrimination. He's just telling like his story, and I think that gives like traditional rap fans don't like that. And I think if you look at that and how good he is at that, is why I would put him in the elite category. I think he's like, and he has a lot of cool one-liner bars, like the Lil Wayne influence is obviously there, and I like really good flows. I think his beat selection is unbelievable. He's not a producer, but he always picks good beats, especially when you're looking at Boy Wonder and 40. I think he's an elite artist, man. I think he is.
We can put him in elite. We can put him in elite. All right, we can test more later on, but we can put him in elite. I'm cool with that. Cool.
All right, Drake.
Just let you know he's good.
Drake is in elite.
Just let you know he's good though. Like,
Fuck you.
You know what I'm saying?
Fuck you. Drake's in elite.
All right, next.
But next is Young Thug. This is our last rapper. To me, Young Thug. I like him in good.
No, does he? Okay. Well, here's the thing though.
Influence. You can move him to elite low key.
Okay, yeah, fair. Because I was thinking, Lil Wayne would be a GOAT. I think Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne gets grandfathered in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I guess no argument to be had about Thug. Like you may like he has like technically 2 albums out, if you really think about it. But like the rest are mixtapes. But like in terms of just like vocal inflections, like Thug was kind of one of the first to do that. Just the influence of like the lazy flows, like the mumble, like he's like the first like pioneer of like good mumble rap, not like the terrible bad PR mumble rap that everyone always talks about, but like the terms of like just like and like the beats and like all that. I think Young Thug is elite. I think Drake's better than Young Thug personally. I think Drake's better, but in terms of influence, you gotta move Young Thug up. I think it's important. But you know, this was fun, Mal. I actually enjoyed this. This was cool.
This is a good segment. You know what I'm saying? We can add to this. We'll get more heated discussions because like that Drake discussion, that probably won't even be the most heated we'll get.
No, we should have watched it. We should have went full fucking NFR podcast mode and started making fun of each other's families or something. But no, this was fun. And I think like we do run into an issue where it's only 2 of us, so like there can't be like a winner. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like maybe like
it can be like a tiebreaker.
Yeah, so like maybe for next time we do bring in a third like every now, like if we need it, we'll get a third. You feel me? Because like the Drake good elite debate, like it would have been nice to have like a third opinion to like really define what the things were. So, but like you had to bend to this. So maybe the next episode, if West Side Gun's in it, maybe I'll bend to you. I think that's fair. We'll see. But anyways, guys, if you guys did like the video and want us to do more of this, make sure you guys subscribe. This is our 3rd video filming today, so we've had a lot of fun. And let us know what you guys think of the tier list right now. Do you guys think Drake should be in good or elite? That was our main debate. Everything else we were pretty like, yeah, like that's fair on. So you know, going 1 for 10 on arguments, I think we did good.
Oh yeah.
I think we did good. Anyways, guys, for me, from Malachi, for the Microphone Club, we'll see you guys in our next segment, and have a good one, everyone. Peace out.